Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Power English Recap, where we dive into the fascinating world of English idioms, expressions, and vocabulary. Today, we've got some intriguing content lined up, so let's jump right in. First up, let's talk about a term that many of us are all too familiar with. Sleep deprived. This term describes a state where someone hasn't had enough sleep, leading to tiredness and other negative effects. For example, after staying up all night to finish the project, I was completely sleep deprived the next day. When someone is sleep deprived, they're struggling because they're missing the necessary amount of rest needed to function properly. Next, we have the expression, rack up. To rack up means to accumulate or gather a large amount of something, often over time. It's commonly used when talking about achievements, points, or even debt. For instance, she managed to rack up a lot of frequent flyer miles after traveling for work all year. Or, if you keep using your credit card like that, you'll rack up a lot of debt. It implies that the quantity is increasing significantly as time goes on. Moving on to our next phrase, to some extent. This means partially or to a certain degree, but not entirely. For example, I agree with your idea to some extent, but I think we need to consider other factors as well. It's used when acknowledging that something is true up to a certain point but not completely. Finally, let's discuss deficit. A deficit is the amount by which something, usually money, is less than what is required or expected. For example, the government is working to reduce the national deficit by cutting spending and increasing taxes. Or, the team managed to overcome a 10-point deficit in the final minutes of the game to win. It can also refer to a shortfall in something needed, like in, children with attention deficit may struggle to focus on tasks for extended periods. Now, let's bring it all together with today's article. You probably know that teenagers often don't get enough sleep, but did you know that the most popular teens are the most sleep deprived? A survey of 1,300 teens found that the most popular ones got almost half an hour less sleep per night compared to their less popular friends. The results also showed that popular girls racked up a larger sleep deficit than their popular male counterparts. It's believed that their caring nature and the emotional burden of their relationships cause them to stay awake thinking about their friends' problems. To some extent, it makes sense. So, if you weren't popular as a teen, you might be pleased to know you got more sleep than the cool kids. That's it for today's episode. We've covered some interesting idioms and expressions, and I hope you enjoyed our exploration of the impact of popularity on sleep. If you found this episode helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more English language insights. Until next time, stay curious and keep learning.